Hello, healthy friends. I'm here today with Krisha Olson, naturopath, naturopathic doctor, and acupuncturist, and she has an incredible planner that will change your life. And so I will just send it off to you to tell us all about it.
Thank you. So my planner is called Rise Shine Enterprise. I actually created it while I was in medical school. So for naturopathic medical school and acupuncture school, it's 6 years of crazy amount of credits and basically no life. And so I needed something to organize all of those things that I needed to get done while still have a relationship with my partner. And so enter planner. So it actually came about from the bullet journal. So I did it all by hand, and then after so many times of people telling me, wow, that's really beautiful, I wish I could do something like that, I decided at that point, because of course after I graduated I had more time available, I created the planner, turned it into a digital so that other people can enjoy it too and utilize it, because I firmly believe that planning is so incredibly important for our life so that we can live with intention and purpose and be in greater connection with each other and have a more enjoyable life, to be honest. So what makes my planner so incredibly different, in my opinion, is that it has 3 important pages that I call the introduction pages. And so the very first one is called A Clear Vision. And it's really about setting your vision for your life. Like, how do you want to live? What are your main values? Because so often, especially when I was in school, I'd be talking with individuals who just didn't have any idea what they really wanted to do, which is ironic, right? They're in medical school. You think that they want to do medicine, but that's not always the case. And same thing with working with patients. So often people are in jobs and careers that they just don't find any joy. And, it comes later on in life and they feel almost helpless. And so I wanted to offer something for individuals sooner. And if they came to it later, it would still be helpful anyways, right? And so it's all about just getting your values in place, because ultimately your 5 core values don't change that much. I've done this every single year and it's consistently the same. I value connection, I value wisdom, and so that shows up. And then it's about creating your actual vision statement, so again you can stay in alignment with your true self at all times. And when you come into a position where it is more challenging, you can come back to your vision statement so you can navigate that rough patch with more clarity. And for me, clarity means everything. If I'm walking, I don't know where I'm going if I don't have that clarity. And so that's what this has really done for me, is to provide that consistency in having that clear vision for my life. And then what's even more important is that once you have that vision of how you want to live, you then go on to the next page on here, which is called A Full Life, and it's my absolutely favorite. It actually came about from a book I read when I was in medical school called The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And in that, he actually talks about he calls it something else, the Level 10 Life. And so it's really similar to what I've created here with the Full Life, but essentially it's looking at your life in all these different avenues, like how much connection do you have, how are you growing and challenging yourself, how's your health, are you serving other people, whether that's volunteering or in alignment with your mission, and then also play, because play is so incredibly important. I think that is one of the areas that is missing in so many people's lives, right? We don't take enough time to do just fun things, and we need to do fun, enjoyable things in order to have a full life. And so that's in here. And what I really like about it is, again, that it has the vision, and then it's about actually creating an action step, an action plan, so that if you aren't 100% in your connection with other people, you have a very clear plan in place that you can then implement on the regular, because it's also one of the pages that you can come back to every single quarter. And so this is just, has been really life-changing for me in order to see where in my life can I improve and how can I do that. And so it's one of my favorites.
I find in that connection with the play, when you were saying play, I was like, oh yeah. One thing I notice when I'm planning is that if I don't have a vacation coming up, I mean, it could be 6 months out, but I need some like carrot that is like, oh, there's going to be something fun. There's that thing, that party, or that trip to Belize, you know? And if I'm just all work, like especially during deadline, I was like, we need to book an A-frame on the coast. You've got to have play, because I think it just inspires you to get there. It's like, why are you working so hard if you don't have something fun coming up?
Absolutely. And that's what I really, what this planner really helped me do was, you know, when I was in medical school, it was my whole life. And it took a lot out of me because of that. And I wanted to avoid burnout, as so many physicians and students go into, and knowing that, I was like, well, how else can I avoid that? And it really came down to self-care, and personally, I do really believe that going out and doing fun things that you really enjoy playing, whether that's playing with your kids, playing with your dog, doing a puzzle, whatever it is, you know, going out and taking that time, because like you're saying, that is the recharge time, which is so incredibly important for you to actually be productive. And so, you know, with a planner, it's not just about productivity, it's about having that balance, that life-work balance, and that's what I've been able to achieve because of the particular planner that I've created.
And I think we should collaborate on an article, because I'm getting so inspired by what you're saying. But I have this year taken on way too many side hustles, and I think this is like the wave of the future. I know so many of my clients are like, I'm doing this, but I also have this MLM, and then I do that, and then I do this, and then I'm a mom, and this year I'm a massage therapist, but I also got my real estate license, and then I'm still doing the mental health guide, and we started a YouTube channel. And I was like, what was I thinking? Like, I can't do 4 side hustles well, except for that trying to find that work-life balance, unless I do an incredible planner, and I'm really, you know, working on like the squares of like what is like necessary but has to happen today. Like that theory of like, how do you say what is the most important thing that I need to do, because there's 100 things that need to be done, and they all seem pretty important.
Right.
And so we should write something for the guide for the fall winter, because we're not alone in just doing too much. I think it's really, everybody's doing too much.
Absolutely. And I mean, I've done way too much for a long time. And so having been 6 years of medical school where, to make it really clear, naturopathic degree is 4 years. Personally, I believe the smart folks put it into 5, because with naturopathic medicine, we're not just we could be primary care. We also learn herbalism, we learn homeopathy, we learn physical medicine, and so many different modalities. I went to National University of Natural Medicine. So NUNM in Portland. And so, you know, that's a 4-year program. And then you have the acupuncture school as well, where we also learn herbs. In China, you pick one or the other. Here we learn both. And so, again, it's a 4-year program, but I still believe smart folks put it into 5. And then you have the legit crazies, who are myself included. We called ourselves the Doolicorns. And so as little Doolicorns, because we were rare, my graduating class was, I think, 18. Somewhere around there. And so it's Doolicorns.
Overachievers. Right. Natural medicine overachievers.
Absolutely. And so it's 8 years of education, but we cram it all into 6. And so it's almost like 30-something credits every single term, you know, and it's just, it's insane going through and having that on top of trying to have a life. And all the other things. And then as we're through medical school, we also are being essentially broken down, the person that we are, and built back into the shape of a doctor. And so there's a lot of this entire process that happens with that. And it's exactly what you're saying, where we're just doing too much.
You got to schedule in for healing
Exactly.
crisis and huge transformation within the program.
Exactly. And so, being able to navigate to how, if there's too many things, recognizing when it is overwhelming, and to be able to also remind ourselves to take that moment back is so incredibly important. And that's what I've learned more and more over the years. I mean, especially with taking the time out to plan on a regular basis. I like to do it every Sunday is ideal. Sometimes it happens on Mondays. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it doesn't happen at all. And then I come back to it and I'm like, why did I ever stop planning? This is definitely medicine.
Well, I am sold. Now, how do I get this planner? Where do I go?
So you can start pre-order start in September, and you can go to RiseShineEnterprise.com. The link is below.
Thank you. It was nice talking with you.
Same. Thank you.